Okay, let's go. Good evening. Okay, welcome back everyone. So we were watching some of the Danya's recent games which he played against Nihal Sarin, and we were at the game number 6th, I think. Yeah, right. First, second, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. What? Why is it reviewing this game? I didn't want review to this game. Completed games will appear here. Okay, that's fine. Why is it not appearing? It seems like my internet is too slow. Let me check it. One, two, three, four, five, and 6. So we are at the game number 6. Oh, come on. It is not getting started. What happened to my internet? Not connected. Let's put it here. Okay, it should be fine now. Yeah, now it's working. Hmm. So we were looking at a game of Naroditsky which he played against Nihal Sarin, which was his last games. And Daniel is black in this game, so let's flip the board and we will see through the Daniel's perspective. And the game opens with c4, the English opening, e4, e5, d3, and knight f6. So far, the normal standard move. And castles, rook b1. This is a nice move. This is a nice move because white can play the move b4 to undermine this pawn. That's why this is a useful move. And Danya brings rook to e8, knight t2, knight d4, and e3 to attack this knight. Knight goes to f5 maybe, or knight goes back to c3. Sorry, c6. Knight comes to d4, attacking this bishop and trying to take this knight. Danya takes it. He takes back with the knight and attacks the knight. Sorry, bishop. The trap. Bishop goes to h7. Why Daniel played bishop h7? Because usually this is a equal trade, but first of all, bishop is better than knight in most of the cases. And if you did not move this bishop and white can take this bishop, then your this pawn will come here and your pawn structure will be ruined. That's why you need to learn this, and those who are new in chess can learn something from these games as well. That's why bishop h7 is a useful move, and you keep this bishop in this diagonal, which can be useful in endgames. That's what I said. Rook b1 was a useful move because white can play the move b4, and Nihal does play the b4, h takes b4, a takes b4, and bishop comes to e6. Knight goes to c3. Try. Oh, sorry. Where we are? We were around here maybe. Yes, we were here. Nihal is trying to maneuver his knight to b5 to attack this bishop, maybe queen d7, and Nihal play b5 to attack the knight. And now look at this pawn stuck pawn chain, and Nihal has space in the queen side, and Danya's position is somewhat cramped. All these pieces are not so much active. His bishop is beautiful and his knight is looking in the center, and his rook will comes alive once this pawn disappear from the b file. That's why white has a little bit advantage. It will be somewhat around 0.5 or something. Knight goes to d8, rook a1 again, bringing the rook in the open file. Okay, bishop s3, trying to treat this bishop, and Nihal takes it, queen takes s3, and here comes b5. How will you take this pawn? This is a pawn sacrifice, and if you take this with the pawn, then your pawn structure will be ruined, and you have to deal with this bishop. That how will you open it? And if you take with the bishop, then your rook will hang. Rook will see each other, and white will take rook. Then it takes with the pawn, and knight comes to b5, which attacks this bishop. And if you move this bishop, then your rook will hang. And then what will Danya do now? Danya play knight e6, giving this bishop. Nihal takes it, takes back, so knight takes a7, and rook a7, attacking the knight and trying to bring the rook in the open file. Knight goes to b5 and rook a8. Now this bishop is pinned, and if you move the bishop, then your rook, then your queen will hang. That's why queen comes to e2. Now this bishop is no longer pinned, and knight comes to g5, trying to maneuver through f3. Wait, if this queen ever moves from the e2 square, then knight f3 check, king h1, queen h2 will be checkmate. That's why knight g5 is a useful move that keeps the queen on the e2 square. Nihal played e4. He open up the bishop path, and okay, look at this beautiful move. This should be a brilliant move. He is attacking the rook, and this rook is not defended. White can take this rook, but wait, if I take this rook, then knight f3 check, king h1, and queen h2 will be checkmate. That's why white cannot take this rook. This rook is not hanging, and black is attacking the queen as well. So black has to do something to keep in contact with f3 square. That's what Nihal does. Nihal goes to d1. Now he is keeping an eye on the f3 square, and that's why knight f3 is not possible. And now white is threatening to take this knight and eliminate any counter play. That's why Danya play rook a1 back. Now this bishop is again pinned. He cannot move this bishop because queen will hang. And now comes f3, and Daniel play rook a2, threatening checkmate in 1. How will you defend it? Rook f2 maybe. Okay, bishop d2 is also useful. Now this rook is not seeing this important square in front of white king, and Daniel play f5. Knight goes to c3, which attacks the rook, and rook comes to b2. Queen c1 attacks the rook again, and he's sacrificing it again. Can't white just take this rook? Wait, take, take, and threatens checkmate. But you can stop. White can stop it. Yeah. That's when Nihal take this. Rook was just free for the capture. Danya takes on g3, maybe. No, he does not take on g3. Sorry, g3, and he play knight e6, and Nihal play knight e2, and Danya resign in this position. Look at these games. ग्राइंड चल रहा है नकुल. नहीं, no grind today, bro. We were remembering one of the chess brightest light, Naroditsky, who is not with us anymore. And this stream is a tribute for him. And I'm just watching his games which he played recently on October 18th, the day just before his passing. And these games were played against Nihal Sarin from India. And that's all. One thing I will say that these games are just does not feel like it is played by Daniel Naroditsky. Look at these moves. Why did he play f5? Can anybody explain to me that how is f5 is a useful move? I don't think any GM will play f5 in this position. After knight c3, rook b1 and queen c1, which attacks the rook. Danya does not defend this rook. He could have defended this rook by playing this, and maybe he thought that there will be any discovery from this bishop after knight moves to like d5. That's why he just sacrificed it and try to bring this knight into the e5 square so that again he can threaten something. But there is nothing in this position. White is completely winning, and Nihal calculated correctly and he took the rook. Sorry, f5. After f5, he takes the rook, knight e6, and after knight e2, Danya resign in this position. Okay, let's go for another game. Uh, it was game number 6, so we will see game number 7 now. Mhm. These are the games which he lost against me. Also, he lost 8 or maybe 9 games in a row on 18th of October. On 18th of October, one of them against Santo Blue, which is I guess Blue Mom. Correct me if I'm wrong. And 8 of them against Nihal Sari, which he lost in like in a row. So let's see game number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it was the 7th game number 7. Okay, let's go. Okay, wait for a minute till my computer loads the game. Okay, finally it is loaded. Okay, so Danya is playing with white pieces and he opens with d4, the queen's pawn opening. Knight f6, c4, and d6. This is old Indian defense, I think. Knight comes to f3 and g6. So Danya is playing the d6 and g6 system, which is usually played in Perk defense. Sorry, Nihal is playing d6 and g6, which is played in Perk defense, I guess, and yeah, in King's Indian as well. And let's see how the game goes. Knight comes to c3, bishop f5, queen b3 to attack the b2 b7 pawn, and Nihal played b6, g6, g3, knight comes to e4, bishop g2, knight takes c3. What? Okay, look at this. Nihal captures on c3 and Danya did not recapture. Instead, he played the move knight g5. Can you guys see the idea? He is attacking the rook in the corner, and Nihal has to save this, but he did not save it. He did not save it. He does not save it. He just gave away the rook, and Danya did not take it. Why? Why did not he take it? He played the move c5. Does anybody see the idea? Queen f7 check. Because the fact that this rook is hanging and this knight is hanging as well, black can save only one of his pieces, and he can save queen f7 check as well in just sorry, and he can save only check and any of these pieces. And Nihal play what? Nihal play e6 to block this vision from the queen. And now I guess Danya take the rook. Again, he does not take the rook. He play queen b5 check. Knight blocks, and now he takes the knight. He did not take the rook. Bishop comes to e7, h4, h6 to attack the knight, and Danya plays c6 to attack this knight. This is hanging, this hanging. If black take this knight, then first white can take this knight with check, and then what? Then white can take this pawn with the pawn. So black has to respond to it. That's why Nihal play knight f6 first. Now this knight is actually hanging, and Danya has to bring it back, and knight comes to h3. Why not f3? Because maybe Danya was planning to maneuver this knight to f4, h5, and we play the knight g5 move again. This move pressure f7, e6. Nihal castles and Danya castles as well. Knight comes to d5, and Danya play f3. Knight b4, knight b4, and knight comes to e4. d5 to attack the knight, and again Danya play a3. We have seen so many intermediate moves in this game. First, he did not take the knight on c3. Instead, he played the move. What does he play? I guess. What move does he play? Whatever. He attacks the rook first, and after this knight takes on e2, he again does not recapture the knight. Instead, he plays the move c5 to attack on the f7 square. And again here he does not respond to this move d5, which attacks the knight. Instead, he plays the move a3 to attack black's knight as well. Now both of the knight is hanging. So if black takes this knight, then white can take this knight. That's why Nihal play knight c6 back, and sorry, knight c6 not back. He takes on c6. Danya play knight. Oh, sorry, bishop h6. I did not understand this move, because black can take this knight, and after white take this rook, he can just recapture. So Danya is giving up two pieces for the rook. Wow, this is unbelievable. Why did he do that? Two pieces for the rook is usually better for almost all levels, not just beginners. And these moves are just like not like Danya is playing his real games. Okay, Nihal takes on d4, e4, He takes back. What did I say? Okay. Nihal takes on e4. F takes e4, attacks the bishop, and bishop go to g4, which attacks the queen. He play queen f2, and he is not taking the rook. Why? Because he does not get a chance to take it. And now Nihal takes on d4, and he is now attacking. Sorry, not attacking, but trying to trade the queen. And Danya brings his bishop back to e3. Of course, he has given up a piece, so he cannot trade queens. He just want to create some counterplay on black kings. And see what Nihal does. First, Nihal takes on his e3, queen takes e3, and here comes bishop c5, which is a pin. Now queen cannot move anywhere because it's pinned to the king, and white is losing queen h10. Now count the material. Like Danya is 5 points behind in material. He's down a piece and 2 pawns, and Aryan Ganj. What's your thought on Vladimir Kremnik tweets? Yeah, I saw that tweet and I cannot explain it. It is like what to say. I saw one tweet and I just can't believe that a world champion, a former world champion, has tweeted this. He tweeted, "Don't do drugs." That means he was watching Danya's stream last hour, and after that stream, he go to the X and tweeted that don't do drugs. This is like so pathetic. And how can anyone like post those things? Someone is handling like immense pressure on him, and whatever going in his mind, just Danya knows. And a former world champion, a respected figure in the chess world, who is using those kinds of tweets to defame one of the brightest light in chess world, and those tweets are like not human. Like if you and I were watching those stream live, then we can feel that how Danya was feeling in those moments. And everyone who saw that stream after his demise on YouTube and Twitch, there is nothing available. I think those for privacy concerns that his family, or maybe his family removes those content from Twitch, but on YouTube some people uploaded those streams, and in that stream everyone can feel that what Danya was feeling on October 17th. His emotions, his actions, like that was not Danya. And the thing is, Kremnik saw that stream. That's why he tweeted that don't do drugs. And we did not expect that things from a former world champion. And he was continuously targeting Danya from last year. And that is not human. Like you think that someone is leaving us from the effect of false accusations in chess. And how can Kremnik did that? He was doing continuously again and again and again. He was targeting like some kid is targeting his what to say. Some kid is using his toy gun to target something. Kremnik was doing that thing with his tweets and posts. And the thing is, Danya has, I think, Russian roots, and his parents were, I think, from Russia. I I am not sure, but I guess. Correct me if I'm wrong. But Danya also know Russian language, and he saw some comments in Russian as well. And the people from Russian community who were in support of Kremlin has been tried to defame Danya as well, and those are the things that affects any human. And Danya is after all a human being, and so Danya is not Danya was after all a human being. He was like us, a normal person, but we failed. We failed as a chess supporter, chess fans, that we did not acknowledge that on time, and we lost a gem in the chess world. Said, "Hey, Mr. Gore, hi, Meet Gore. Sorry, Meet Gore. Should Kramnik's GM title be revoked for the things he has been doing for the past year?" Look, the thing is that there should be any action against him, because if you do not do anything against people of those kinds, then how can anybody be like safe? Anybody who is doing well in the chess, Kramnik start accusing him. What is this behavior from a world champion? And a world champion title is a very prestigious thing in chess world. Not anyone can earn it. There are thousands of grandmasters in the world, and few of them will be able to win world championship. And Kramnik is one of them, and he is doing the things like like no one can does. How can anybody like target anyone from like years and years? He targeted David Navarra, Hikaru, and Danya, Jospin. These are the things like just not acceptable. PD should take some action against him. And yeah, I saw Hikaru video and he reacted on it as well. And the one thing that I saw that Hikaru was the only super grandmaster, and we can say that only top level player who has accused Kramnik against Danya, and he supported Danya, but not other GMs like I will not take any name, but not other GMs have supported Danya against Kramnik. They supported indirectly but openly on the internet in between the chess fans. Nobody supported Danya's, and Danya have to install multiple cameras in his stream. I was watching one of his stream where he had installed 5 cameras from every angle, like in front, side, left side, from behind. So those are the things that affected Danya very much. That's why he installed 5 cameras to ensure that he was not cheating. Of course, he was not cheating. We all saw that. We are knowing Danya. How can somebody accuse Danya of cheating? I used to watch his speedruns video, his endgame lesson every day, every day. Not a single day have gone that I did not have watched his videos, and I learned so much from him. I went from 1600 to 2150. My current rating in Rapid is 2150, and all those things that I have learned is from Danya. First, I used to watch Gotham chess when I was a beginner, and when I started chess from almost 3 years back, and after I crossed 15 to 1600, then I found Danya's video, and I still believe that when I first saw his videos, I feel like I found a treasure in on YouTube, because those videos are so beautiful that anybody can understand what Danya is trying to say to the viewers, and how he explains things in easy way. That was like, what to say, it feels like I have lost a friend. Not just me, anyone who is in the chess field can feel that We all lost a friend. We all lost a diamond in chess world. Yeah. And Aryan Gan, Danya's videos were very helpful. Yeah, right. His videos are very helpful, and for anyone in chess, like beginner to advanced, his videos can see anyone who are seeking to learn something, and those are like treasures. Nobody is doing the things that Danya was doing in the chess world. You will be able to found like a grandmaster lectures for just free, and Danya does not go for money on the YouTube. He is a guy that he was a guy that does for the game, that does everything for chess game. He used to post anytime, like any day, not just scheduled way in so that algorithm can help those videos. No. Danya was not like that. He used to post like anytime, any days, and he used to stream like midnight. So those are the quality of Danya, which I don't think any GMs have currently. So that's it. That I feel very sad when I first saw the news. I was like, this can't be happen. I was not willing. It was Diwali night when I first saw this news. It was like around 12 to 1 a.m. midnight when I opened YouTube for watching Grandmaster game. I used to watch a single Grandmaster games every night from Agadmeter chess channel, and that day as well I celebrated Diwali with my friends and family, and after that I go to bed and I open YouTube for watching Grandmaster's game in Sicilian Defense, and I saw Witty Aliens post in which he write about I think he had write that 2025 is a curse, something like that, and rip Daniel Naroditsky. And when I saw that, I was like, this can't be true. This is a fake news. And when then I search on Google, Chat GPT, whatever, and after sometimes there are no exact clue and there are no confirmed news that Danya is no more. But after 3 to 4 hours, and that there is Saraj Center who published a notice that Danya is no more with us, then everybody knows that Danya is not with us now. And I still can't believe that Danya is not with. I watch his. I have so many screenshots from his streams, his videos, his Indian lessons in my smartphone. I screenshot those things so that I can see that I was using to watch his videos, and there were some position which I set up on the board and try to solve those positions and try to replicate in my games. That's why I used to screenshot those positions from Danya's videos. I never saw Danya in a bad mood, but seeing his last stream, it was heartbroken. Yeah, bro. He was never like that. He was never like that. I used to watch his videos every day and his streams as well. Whenever he streams, I used to watch something like 1 hour usually. And I have never seen him like that. What he feels, what he said in streams, and what games he play. How can Danya be like that? There is so much things in his mind that were that were eating him, and my heart is heavy. Like I cannot express more words. And that's it. He's no more with us. Okay, let's see another games. Hmm. Wait for a moment till the games has been loaded. I think we will see eighth game now. We were seeing the seventh game. Yes, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth one. Eighth one and the last one against Nihal Sarin from 18th October, where he lost 8 game in a row against Nihal Sarin. And I think Nihal was a good friend to him, and Nihal expresses his feeling in his tweet, in which he says some bold statements where he indirectly talk about Kramnik, and yeah, that's that. It feels good talking to someone about this. I enjoyed talking to you. I'll have to go now, and I followed you on Instagram. Maybe we will talk again in the future. But yeah, of course, we will talk later. And thank you for joining me. And thanks. See you in the see you in the next video or next live stream. Till then, bye bye. Okay, those of you who has joined now, we were watching Danya's game of him playing against Danya's last game against Nihal Sar, in which he played on 18th of October, and where he lost ninth game in a row. One of them against, I think, Blue Bomb, and eighth of them against Nihal Sarin from India. And we will now watch his eighth and final game against Nihal Sarin, and let's see what happens. We were watching for Danya, that's why. Let's flip the board and watch from Danya's perspective. And game starts with d4, knight f6, c4, and g6. Against Danya, again Danya is going for the King's Indian defense, and King's Indian defense was Danya's favorite openings. And yeah, I watched him saying that King's Indian defense is his favorite opening in one of his speedruns video. And when I was trying to learning the King's Indian defense for my chess tournament, in that video he says that he used to play King's Indian defense very much when he was like international master. Yeah, he was when he was international master. Then he used to play the King's Indian game against d4, and in this game as well he played King's Indian defense. e3, bishop g7, d3, sorry, bishop d3, castles, knight c3, and c5. This move is very useful because this move tries to undermine this pawn and trying to provoke white for pushing d5. And I think Nihal does this. No, he goes for knight e2 and d5. Now this pawn is saying the d4 pawn, and this pawn is saying the c4 pawn. Nihal castles, and Danya takes on c4, bishop takes c4, and knight comes to c6. D takes c5, and Danya play bishop queen c7, and he pushes d4, e4, to come to d8 to attack the queen, and queen has to move, but not because Nihal can play the move knight d5, queen e5, knight comes to c3. Was this pawn really hanging? I don't think so, because Nihal can pin this knight. Yeah, he pinned it, and Danya takes on c3. This move is very useful. Those of you who understand, and those of you who did not understand this move, what is the idea behind this move? Black's queen is hanging, so does white. If black take this queen, then black can take the white queen as well. And if you take this knight first, then black queen will move. And Nihal takes the knight first, and again an intermediate move. What is the idea behind this move? He can take with the bishop, right? Huh. Okay, let's see. Bishop takes. Yeah, Danya design in this position. What does Danya thought? He just takes the knight, which is defended by the bishop and the queen. Maybe Danya thought white has to take with the queen and then he can take the rook with checkmate. But that's not right. White can take with the bishop and Nihal does this. He took with the bishop and Danya resigned. The game ended in just 15 moves. So we see the game ended in 18 moves, 15 moves, 17 moves. And oh, I don't understand what is this. How can Danya lose in 15 moves against Nihal? Not in one game, in multiple games. One game was ended in 18 moves, one of them was ended in 17 moves, and this game ended in 15 moves. Yeah. Okay. Let's see one more game against Blue Bomb. It was the final game against Nihal Sari, which he lost, and Danya resigned in this position after bishop takes d5 because his queen is hanging and Danya is down a piece. Not a piece, but an exchange. Danya is down an exchange. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, let's go for another game against Blue Bomb. Wait for a moment. Wait for a moment till my computer loads the game. So we will see this game against Blue Bomb. On 18th of October, he played against Ian as well, but he won against Ian. And let's see this game against Blue Bomb. I think maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, that okay. Let's see one more. So the game start with knight f3, the reti opening, and Danya played d6, d4, knight f6, knight c3, g6, maybe no, d5 again, bishop f4, a6, d3, sorry, e3, bishop comes to g5, g4 to pin the knight to the queen, and bishop comes to e2, e6, knight e5, trying to trade the bishop. Danya, sorry. We will see from Danya's perspective as we are watching for Danya's. Queen takes e2 and Danya play bishop d6. g4, huh? Really? White is going on the king side and trying to generate an attack on Danya's king. Knight comes to d7. Why is this move useful? Because White will play the move g5 on the next move, and your knight will be attacked. That's why you first move the knight. That's so that this move does not cause any effect. Bishop goes to g3, and Danya takes the knight. He takes with the pawn, and bishop goes to d4. Castles. He takes the knight. B takes c3. Knight d7. c4. D takes c4, and queen takes d4. Sorry, c4. Knight goes to b6 to attack the queen, and queen d3. Queen d5, looking to trade the queens, and first he attacks the queen, trying to force Danya to take his queen as well. First, Danya ignores it and play queen c6, h5, sorry, a4, looking to push a5 to attack the knight and hold off these two pawns. That's why Danya pushes a5 himself to stop the advancement of a pawn. Queen goes to a3. Can somebody explain this move to me? Why white play the move queen a3? Very simple. He wants to prevent black from castling. Okay, knight c4 attacks the queen, and queen c3, pin this knight to the queen, and Danya castles. White play rook d4, which attacks the knight, and Danya play the move knight takes e5. Just giving the knight. No. If white takes this knight, then black will take the queen. Knight is hanging too, but white queen is hanging also. Black can take the queen. That's why white takes the queen first and knight takes back. Rook d7, trying to attack laterally, and rook c8, defend this pawn. Not actually defending, because bishop is attacking this pawn as well. Rook d1 to attack on the b7 pawn, and here comes knight b4, blocking this vision. c3 to attack the knight, and knight goes to a3. Sorry, e6. Look at this knight in the rim or dim. Rook comes to b5 to attack the a5 pawn, and Danya play b6 to defend it. Bishop comes to h4, h6. Bishop comes to e7. Rook e8 to attack, to keep an eye on the bishop. Rook b1. Rook c8. Bishop is a3. Rook d8. Look at this move. Danya is trying to trade this rook as well, but white did not take this rook first. Instead, he played the move rook d1. He wants Danya to take this rook so that he can bring this rook on the 7th rank. And rook on the 7th ranks are very powerful, we all know. Danya takes, he takes back, and he played rook c8 to defend the pawn. c4, and knight comes to b8 to attack the rook. Rook e7, no. Why not rook e7? White can play the rook e7 now, right? I don't know. Rook d3, and knight comes to c6, looking to activate this knight. f4, he wants to prevent from knight e5, and rook d8, looking to trade this rook as well. White ignores it and play rook c3, and Danya play rook d2 and brings his rook on the 2nd rank. White plays c5, looking to undermine this pawn. If black takes, he takes back, and knight goes to e7. White takes on a5, and knight goes to d5, attacking this. That's why white play the move bishop c5 to defend this pawn, and Danya play rook a2 to keep an eye on this pawn, because this pawn is a fast pawn, because it has no enemy pawns and it can march so fast. White gives a check, king h7, and he pushes the pawn. Yeah. Now white is a pawn, and it will be hard for Danya to convert this, and he is low on time as well. He has just 21 seconds. He play knight e4 to attack the bishop, and bishop goes to e7 to control this diagonal. And now knight, if knight ever moves to these two squares, then white will simply captures. Danya pushes f5, g takes f5, e takes f5, and here comes a7. Now this pawn is just one step away from promotion. If this rook moves, then black can take this pawn, but white play rook d8 and looking to play the move. So sorry, bishop. What am I saying? Bishop d8 and bishop b6 will defend the pawn. Then white can move this rook and promote to the pawn. Danya pushes c4, bishop b6. Now this pawn is defended, and white can move this rook and promote to a queen. Danya pushes c3. He was also looking to promote this pawn to a queen, but it will not work because white is so fast. Danya pushes c2, and white takes on c2, giving up the rook. Why did white give up the rook? Huh? Because if black takes this rook, then white can promote to a queen. That what did happen in the game. And Danya gives a check, and after few moves, Danya resigns. He just hangs his rook in this position. He play rook g5 to defend this pawn, or maybe give a discovery check. But g5 square was covered by the pawn, and he resigned in this position. Yeah, he resigns here. So we have finished all of the games from 18th of October. Last games that Danya played against Nihal Sari, and we look at a game against Santo Blue as well. And that's it. Okay, now let's play some games online and try to overcome some tiredness, stiffness. Let's play some blitz. Let's see how can I play. Sorry. Okay, so let's go. My internet is too slow today. I don't know what happened. What is happening? Start. Come on. Sorry for the inconvenience. Oh, what is happening? Okay, it looks like finally I got a match. Let's go for e4, e5, knight f3. Let's go for Italian game. I maybe yes. We are in for the Italian game, looking to attack on the f7 square. Okay, bishop comes to c5. Here the move is castle, I guess. Knight comes to f6 usually. Then we strike in the center with d4, giving up a pawn and trying to develop the bishop, and he takes with the bishop, which is best move. He takes the bishop, he takes with the knight, and we can play the move knight g5. Knight g5, I guess. Okay, let's go for this line. If h6, okay, please c6. Let's go f4 maybe. Okay, f4. He cannot take this because knight will hang, and he does not have c6 square to go back. Okay, he is trying to give me a discover check. Let's go here. What will he do now? Yes, you can take this. Then I take this. Okay, takes. I take this. Just take it. Here I will just take. Hi, how are you? I'm fine. How are you, Sweta Kumari? Now this is under attack. If knight moves, then I can take with the check. Currently I'm down 3 pawn. Okay, I can go here. Let's take this first. Take the queen. You cannot take this pawn because this is protected by the bishop. Oh, now what? My bishop is under attack. Can I sack this? It takes. He is so underdeveloped. Can I take this? First I take this knight. Sorry, queen. Force him to take this. Then I will take this. Okay, now take this. This is under attack. And oh no, I have to play fast. I'm down 3 pawns. Oh, what? I pre-moved to a wrong one. Okay, let's play another one. Let's pick Karakhan this time. Did we see Alien Gambit? No, 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 no. White is trying we see Anand's favorite. Knight comes to e5 to deliver this checkmate. Okay, we did not come. d5, d4. Let's castle, play b5, fancy to the visa. Takes the knight first. What is the plan of playing d6 or bishop d6, c7, then queen d6, and then we checkmate on h2? Of course, that will not happen. But he is sacrificing 9. Whoa. Get out of here. Get out of here. Takes the bishop. Now I am threatening this. If he takes, then queen even check will be made. And what? Did he blunder? Yeah, it's a blunder. He cannot take this because queen even will be checkmate. Then what will he play? Okay, do not take any risk. No, 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 no. First I take the queen. Now maybe I can take this, but first play this move. Do not take any risk. Do not give your opponent any chances. That's what I learned from Danya. Take the rook. Okay, he just blundered checkmate. Okay, let's cross 2000 now. C6. Karakhan is my favorite opening that I learned from Gotham chess, of course. Yes. Knight comes to here to attack this and this. Now bishop is also saying this pawn. Bishop comes to e6. No, he did not play that move. This. Um, I can take. He take. This check will not win bishop because bishop can go to g3, which attacks the queen, and queen e4 will not be useful as well. Should I go for it? No, no. Why to take any risk? I'm down a pawn, but I will find a way. So here maybe. This is coming. Open file is mine. What to do now? My position is not good. I'm down pawn. I have to go for it. Let's play one more and cross 2000. Go for e4, e5, knight f3, bishop c4. Okay, d4. I guess takes maybe. Two. Yeah. I will attack with e3. Either he has to take this. What? Oh, I cannot take with the rook. Hmm. Now I will take this. This will win the knight, I guess. How will he save this knight? I don't think he has any way. Let's see what happens. c5 just wins the knight. And I have knight g4 move as well. No, sorry, knight g5. c5, there is no discovery. And if he takes, I take with check and checkmate. He will defend with this, I guess. Takes. Resign, bro. Resign. What he's trying? Nothing, I guess. Just this one. His queen is under attack. We'll put this one next. And if he goes here, I have this one as well. Oh, let's go here. Takes this. He can't move the knight. This square is covered, this square is covered, and this is also covered. This check will do nothing because I have this move. And let's offer a queen trade. I was knowing that. Wow. If it takes, I have this. Come on, 2000 is fixed now. Black is busted now. This rook is pinned, queen is under attack. He cannot go to g8. Doesn't do anything. I can just, yeah, take my bishop. Come on, take it. I am back. Welcome back, bro. Welcome back to the stream. Let's first take this. You can't take, bro. This. Checkmate. Give up the queen, bro. What did you say? I am back. I just played a game and got too brilliant. Can you see, please? Yeah, bro. Of course, I can see. Let's find your ID. What is your ID? Can you comment it? Can you comment it, Luis Barreto? Or, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly. Okay, I have crossed 2000 now, and I am back at 2000 in Bleach. Uh, I am 2002 in Bleach, 1915 in Bullet, and 2150 in Rapid. Let's watch your games. Congress on 2000. Thank you, Ali Hamza Chess. Thank you very much, bro. And what's your ID? MASTER Mastery JD. MASTERYJD. Mastery JD. I found your ID. Jaydin D'Souza. Let's see. Which games can you tell me? Is it your last game? Just last against Jenny Rose? Latest against Jenny Rose. Okay, I will see it. Wow, that's incredible. Your game accuracy is 48% and you found two brilliant moves. Wow, it will be fun. It will be fun to watch your game. 48. Vishal Rathod. Yeah. Said I cannot see the name. Hi. Welcome to the stream. Okay, wait for a moment till my computer load your game. Okay, here it is. So game ended in 28 move. Let's start. Let's see from the start. It starts with e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, knight f6, and he goes for the fried liver attack, knight g5. Let's see what you play. You play the move bishop c5, so you are going for Drexler counter attack. Okay. I'm reviewing it. I am reviewing it, bro. Sorry for the inconvenient. My PC is a little bit old, and that's why it takes some time to load the game. And I hope you can cope up. What's your rapid rating, Vishal Rathod? My rapid rating is 2150, 2150. And okay, yeah, you were right. You are right. I found two brilliant in your game and five great moves. This is incredible, incredible. Two brilliants, and five great moves. Okay, let's start. Let's see from your perspective. Analysis section. Okay, e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6. See you around. What should see you around? Okay, bishop comes to c4, knight f6. Okay, knight g5 goes for white goes for the fried liver attack, and you play bishop c5, which is Drexler counter gambit, counter attack maybe, and white takes on f7, and you take on f2. So far so good. Both were playing incredible chess. So okay, where here white did a mistake. Sorry, right here, king f1 is a wrong move. King has to go to either g1 and e8. I guess if I'm correct me if I'm not wrong. If I'm wrong, sorry, correct me if I'm wrong. But I guess king g1 and king e1 is the right move in this position. But white did a mistake, and you play the move queen f6, which is a mistake. Why? Because best move in this position is to play queen h4, threatening checkmate in one move, and white has to respond to it. White has to respond it. If you play queen h4, threatening checkmate in one, then usually white play the move g3, which is best move in that position, and then you can take this pawn, and after white recapture with the pawn, then you can take this rook with check, and you will be in a great position, and you will be better, of course. श्वेता कुमारी से पानी पूरी खाना पसंद है. Okay, let's ignore it. Okay, where we are? Okay, here the best move for black is to play queen h4, but you did a mistake. You play queen f6 check, and now the game is equal. Not equal, but again white did a blunder. Again, king has to go to. Sorry, what am I saying? White should bring the queen to f3 and block this check. And if white traded this queen, then white will be better. But white did a mistake, and you play the move queen f2 check, which is a great move, great find. And king d3 is forced. Then comes knight d4 check, which is best move. He takes the knight. Okay, so in my vision, this move is also should be brilliant for you, because you are a beginner and you found this move. You are giving it check, and white has no move other than to take this knight. Look, this diagonal is covered. This is covered by the knight, and white has to take this knight. He takes the knight, and you play the move queen takes f2, which is a mistake, of course. Why? Because the best move for you is this, and that's just checkmate. Queen f4 was its checkmate. Why? Because queen will cover this square is already covered, and knight is covering this, and this square is covered by the pawn. So queen f4 will be would have been checkmate. I'm not blaming you to not finding this. I'm just showing the possibilities. Queen takes f2 check, which is a mistake. You missed a win. And again he played the move queen d3, sorry, king d3, which is a blunder. And the move is, what is the move? This maybe, or this you can take this, giving a check, forking the king and the rook. And if I take this knight, then you can take this rook. Okay, you play the move d4, which is a brilliant move. Why this move important? Because you are attacking the bishop and you are opening up a path for this bishop as well, so that you can bring out the bishop to g4, which attacks the queen, and this king will be paralyzed. He will not have a lot of square to go. And yeah, it's a brilliant. Congrats on your brilliant pawn move. Usually people find brilliance with the pieces knights, bishop, rooks, and queen. And a pawn move, which is a brilliant, is actually something which did not did not happens often, and you found it. So congrats. He played queen f3. He played queen f3. He did not addresses that this bishop is hanging, and you possess e4, sorry, d4 check, which is a great move. You did not take this bishop because his king is in the center, and you are trying to checkmate him in the middle of the board. That's why this move is a great move. And king d4 is forced. Sorry, king e4 is forced, and then again you play the move. Queen is, what is he saying? See what's your repetition. I have answered that, and see you around. Okay, you play queen g6 check, which is a mistake. Why? The best move, the best move in that position was queen f5. He cannot take with the queen because it is pinned by your queen. He has to take with the king, and then you play queen g6, and that will be winning. But you missed, and now you are just slightly better. Not slightly, you are better in it's negative 2.5 in your favor. He blunders with queen f5, and you missed again. Why, bro? It was just hanging and just mate in one. If you take with the queen, it was mate in one. Okay, let's keep going. You play queen g2 check, which is again a missed win, and queen f6, queen f3 blocking, and again. What are you trying to do, bro? It's hilarious. If you play the move queen f5 back and you play queen g2 back, then it would have been draw. Okay, it takes on e5 now, and knight c6 back with check. King goes to d5, and now it's mate in one. No, sorry, but it's not mate in one. because after this check, king can goes to c5. You play bishop e6 check, and it's minus 3.14 now. King c5 is forced. Now comes the brilliant number second. You takes the bishop on c4, giving up the rook. Please see my comment. Shweta Kumari, pani puri khana pasand hai? Yes, yes, yes. I like pani puri, but right now I'm not in the mood of pani puri. So let's keep going. Bishop c4 was brilliant move. The thing is, your rook was hanging from the starting of the game, and you found some brilliant, some missed wins in between, but overall you are winning, and it is your brilliant move number second. And white gives it check. You play king d2, so king d7. Now you're slightly better. Now after the move knight e5 check, now you're just slightly, it is almost equal. It is minus 0.07 in your favor, but you takes the knight, great move, only move to be in the game. He takes the rook, and you play queen d6 check. He takes the bishop, you takes the rook. Why? When you see the king is in the center, then you try to bring out the pieces in the game and try to attack with your pawn. Do not play some random moves in those positions, because if you try to generate attack on the king in when your opponent king is middle or in the center, then there is high chances that you can win the game in just few moves, because king in the center is just awful. You play queen d6 check. He takes the pawn, and now you play queen d6 check again. Why are you now? He can just take this queen, and he will be up a piece, because he will have two pieces for your one rook. Sorry, you did not see that. Okay, white blunders too. He play the move king. What is that? He should have taken the queen just immediately. But white play the move queen d2, and you take the queen, and I guess after some moves white resign. Yeah, white resign here. So congrats on your find. You found two brilliant moves, which is great, and your rating is 856, which is very good. You are more than average person in the chess world, and congratulations on your finding on your brilliant moves. I remember when I was around 12 to 1300, I also used to play Fred Liver Attack, and it was one of my favorite opening, because there is so many tactics in that version, and I can show you some lines against Fried Liver, which is great, and you can win so many games in that version as well after the move knight g5. Here you can go for bishop f5, sorry, bishop c5, which is a Drexler counter again. Let me turn off the engine. Okay, in this position you can go for bishop c5 and go for Drexler counter attack, and with the best play, bro, play a bullet please. I missed. What did you miss, bro? What did you miss? No, 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 no. What did you miss, bro? Bro, play a bullet please. Uh, right now I am not playing bullet, bro. I'm so sorry for that. And currently I am reviewing one of my viewers' game, and after that I can play Bleach. And yeah, sorry for that. And can you show I was out? Okay, bro. So low lowly lol lowly lol is saying that knight a5 is the move in this position. No, 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 no. Not right now. No, not right now, because bishop, sorry, knight takes f7 is still possible after knight a5. The best move in this position is to first play d5, which attacks the bishop and forces white to take with the pawn. This is the move. First you push d5, which attacks the bishop and forces white to take with the pawn, because if you take with the bishop, then you just take this, and after you take with the pawn, then you can take this as well, and that will be equal. That's why first you play d5. D5 is very important, and after he takes with the pawn, then you play knight e5. Now you are attacking this bishop, and white has no time to play knight takes f7, because this pawn is blocking the path of the bishop, and you can just take that knight if you take with the knight on f7. So this is the move. Okay, let's recap it. First you play the move d5 to attack the bishop and forces white to take with the pawn, and after white take with the pawn, then you play knight e5. So I think now it's clear when to play knight e5. So white has to respond now because his bishop is hanging. I guess here the best move for white is to play bishop e2. Everything is playable, like white can play bishop d3 and bishop e2, but the best line is, I think, bishop e2. I analyzed this almost a year ago, so forgive me if I'm going wrong anywhere. And after bishop e2, then you can play the move, any move, like bishop c5, bishop d6, bishop e7, and you can attack the knight as well. Anything you can play. Let's say you play the move bishop d6. Let's say white brings the knight to c3, you attack the knight, knight goes to f3, and you castle. White castles. So this is the line. Full game, please. The brilliant, show me, brilliant, show me. Bro. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Don't worry, I'm showing it. Okay, okay. Game starts with e4. You play e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, and you play bishop. Oh, sorry, knight f6. Two knights defense, and knight goes to g5. The fried liver attack. Sorry, the fried liver attack, and you goes for the Drexler counter attack with bishop c5. Knight takes f7, and you takes on f2 with check. So far so good. These are the top move in this position, and these are all the book moves, and you play well in the opening. He takes on f2, and then you play knight takes e4 check, and here king goes to f1, which is a mistake. Here the best move for white is to play, I think, yeah, king e1 or king g1. Those are the best move. Only two moves here, and I think queen e3 maybe. I did not remember, because I analyzed that. I analyzed this line almost a year ago. Almost a year ago. That's why, and I'm confirmed that king e1 and king g1 is the best move, and white will be fine in that position. And with best play, this is a draw. I have analyzed with engine almost 25 or 30 moves deep, and with the best play, this variation is a draw. Nobody can do anything, not white, not black. But for your level, anything can happen. Anyone can win. And after the move king f1, you play the move queen f6 check, which is a mistake. The best move for black is in this position is to play queen h4, threatening checkmate in one move, and white has to respond to it. Wait, let me turn on the engine. And yeah, queen h4 is the best move in this position, but you play queen f3, queen f6 check, which is a mistake, and now the position is equal, and after all, white is better in this position. It's plus point and a half for white. What's your rating? Lol, yo. My rating in rapid is 2150, and in blitz 2000, and in bullet 1915. So let's keep going. You play queen f6 check, which is a mistake. and now the game is equal, and white blundered with king e2, and it's mate in 3. It's mate in 3 with queen f2 check, king d6, sorry, king d3 is forced, knight g5, sorry, knight d5 check. This should be a brilliant move because you sacrifice this knight to force white to take this knight, and this move is forced because knight is giving the check to the king, and queen is controlling this square, and this knight is controlling this, and this pawn is of course controlling this. So white has to take this knight first, and after knight take, sorry, king takes on d4, e4, then queen f4 is just checkmate. This may alt acc. Hello bro, wanna play? Yes bro, I will play just after this review ended. Would you rather rate my edit on stream? I am asking all chess creators. Would you rather rate my edit on stream? I am asking all chess creators. Yeah. Why not? I will rate. I will rate. This my alt ACC. What does that mean, bro? Luis Barreto. I did not understand that. This my alt ACC means in this position queen f4 is just checkmate. Why? Because knight is covering this, and pawn is covering this square. And queen f4 would have been checkmate, but you did not found it, so that's fine. That's totally fine. And you play the move queen takes g to check, and white again blunder with king e3. And the best move in this position is to push d5, which you found it, and it's brilliant. So see this, bro. Alt acc means alternative account. Alt acc means this my alt acc. Okay, now I understand. Okay, so this is your first brilliant. You found a pawn brilliant, which is very rare. Usually people found brilliant with the pieces like knight, bishop, and rook, queen, but you found the brilliant with the pawn. And I remember my first tournament when I was playing last year, almost 1.5 years ago. I goes for this line and I play the fried liver attack. I had played the fried liver attack, which I managed to win. But at one position I blundered a piece, but then my opponent was low on time, and I find some ways to outplayed him, and I managed to win that game. And after that, in final round, my game was against a national player who was rated almost 1850 FIDE rated in classical, and I managed to beat him as well. And I won my first tournament last year. And I used fried liver attack as well in those 2 or 3 games. There were, I think, 6 games, 6 rounds played, and I won all of them. A full 6 out of 6 points I had achieved, and I won my first tournament. And yeah, fried liver attack was one of the openings that I uses uh, in that tournament. So it's beautiful. So you found the brilliant with the pawn, and white did not address that his bishop is attacked, and he played queen f3. And again, you found the best move. You did not take this bishop. Taking this bishop is not a good move, and you check with d4. Attacking the king, king has to come up. Comes to e4, which is forced, and you play queen g6 check, which is not a good move, which is again a miss. The best move in this position is to play bishop f5 check. You may say that queen can take, right? No. Queen is pinned. Queen is pinned by your queen. That's why if you play queen f5 check, either king has to take and he has to move. Then you can take the queen. Let me show you that variation. If you play bishop f5 check, this cannot take. See, it cannot take. And if king takes on e5, then just you take the queen and you win the game. So it would have been nice, but you did not want it. That's fine. Okay, again, what is this? Okay, you give queen g6 check, and White blunder with queen f5. Now he just checkmate in one move. Read chat, bro. Here is here is 1850 FIDE. Rate my edit, my bro. Fourth and latest edit. Read chat, bro. Okay, okay, bro. I will rate it. Just wait for you. Out of 10, okay. Latest and fourth latest edit. So queen f5. It's mate in one. Yeah. Queen takes f5 is just checkmate, but you of course did not found it. You play queen g2 check, which is a missed win. Sorry, which is a missed win. And he played queen f3, and you came back to queen g6 check again. Again, the best move would have been bishop f5. Here he takes with the king on e5, and what did you play? Sorry. Okay, okay. Now we are fine. You play knight c6 check again. Queen goes to d5 blunder. Again you play. These are basic. Queen e6 would have been better. Queen f6 would have been better. Okay, you play bishop e6 check. King goes to f5, which is c5, which is forced. Then you take the bishop, which is a brilliant move. Why, bro? This game is really, yeah, yeah, it's right. Yeah, it's right. It's so funny, like in this position right here, the position was repeated two times. The position was repeated to, if white had played this move and you had gone queen g2, it would have been a draw by threefold repetition. But luckily white did not go for it, and he takes on e5. Then this after this move, you found another brilliant, which is to take this bishop. Why this is about? I think because your rook is hanging. Your rook was hanging. It's giving me headache. Yeah, right. Your rook was hanging from the starting of the game, and that's hilarious. White has no chance to take this rook. Yeah, and you takes the bishop, and white did not take this back. Instead, he gives a check. And why is this a miss? Let me see. Bishop e6 back. Yeah. This is a mistake. Why? Because this bishop was hanging already, and if you bring it back, then you would have saved that bishop. And after queen d7, sorry, king d7, he gives another check, and now the position is completely equal. It is just minus 1 point, minus 0.07. You are just a little bit better, bro. Made brilliant moves without knowing. Yeah, bro. Yeah, right, bro made two brilliant, not just one. He made two brilliant moves, and it was hilarious. Knight after knight e5 check, the position is completely equal, and the best move for black is to take this knight, because he is forking the king and the queen, and you found it. You takes the knight, and he takes with the rook, and you play queen d6 check. King has to go up and takes the bishop, and then you takes the rook. Now this position is equal, because you have one, two, and three pieces, and white has one, two, and three and four pieces. Of course, he has two pieces for your one rook, and this position is equal. Mm, okay. Now white play d3 to open up this bishop path. What's your elo? My elo. My elo is 2150, bro, in rapid. 2150. Okay, you give queen d6 check. Look, look. In this position, your this rook and this rook is on the home square, and and both rooks are resting in their homes. So you should bring in the game and try to bring it in the open file so that you can generate attack on the king, since his king is in the center of the board. And when the opponent king is centered in the board, you should try to bring as many as pieces so that you can generate attack. And if you successfully brings two or three pieces in games, when when what happens, when your opponent's king is in the center, then you can checkmate your opponent in just few moves. So you should bring the pieces in the game when your opponent king is in the center. My elo is 2400 rapid and I am 15 years old. That's brilliant, bro. That's brilliant. You're just 15 and having a rating of the 2400 is just great. So congrats. And you give his check. He takes on d4. You give another check. Why? Why? Oh man! What is this move? Queen see each other. Just I think bro just lost that. Sorry, bro just forget that queen can takes each other. If he takes this queen, white would have chances to win this game because he has three pieces. He has two pieces for the rook. He has two pieces for the rook. What the hell? White did not see this. King d2. King king d2. Just hilarious. White did not see that queen is watching each other, and he blundered with queen d2. No, no, no. You see that I can take his queen, and you take. And white tries some few more moves, and he resign in this position. So that's it. It was beautiful. You found two great moves, and white did not manage to hold that. So congrats on your findings, on your two brilliant. So let's move on. Jenny Roche. Okay, bro. It's 9 p.m. now, and it's time to end the stream. And Rudra Chess is saying, watch my stream. Sorry, watch my edit. And let's see it. What am I searching? Let's see how is Euro editing. Justice for Naroditsky. Okay, what's your ID, bro? Can you comment? Can you comment that? Rudra Chess. Let's see. Is it your YouTube ID, Rudra Chess? It's this one. Let's see how is bro's editing. Last stream of chess, guys. Is it in shorts? First, second, First, second, third, and fourth. Let me adjust it so that you guys can see as well. And in request of Rudra Chess, we are watching his edit. Wait. So it's pros editing. Let's see. What happened? It's just not playing. It's this one, Art of Stalemate. Wow, beautiful. It's beautiful. Why white cannot take the rook? Because the moment white takes the rook, it would be stalemate. I am trying to pause the video in full frame, but I could not find it. The edit is very nice. Editing is very nice, bro. And that's it. Now we will move on to another live stream. Hopefully tomorrow. And till then, bye bye, guys. And what to say? Just remember Danya and watch his games. Which are incredible, which is just beautiful, and not more on him. May he rest in peace and his soul live happily in the heaven, and may his family and friends find peace shortly. And yeah, okay, bye. Justice for Danya. Yeah. We all need that. We all need that justice for Danya. Yeah, I think Levi has uploaded a video titled Danya, sorry, Justice for Danya, and I think people will watch that. And of course, FIDE should take some action on it. And yeah, yeah. Till then, let's see what happens, and see you in the next live stream. Okay, bro, guys. See you.